What is going on, party people? Welcome back to another video made by yours truly. In today's video, we are going to be talking a little bit more about the UYA community, but this time we're going to be kind of going over like the good in the community, or maybe not so necessarily like the good, but like individual players that really I feel kind of deserve some kind of like appreciation or acknowledgement for like how good of a person they was. And I'm also kind of going to give a little like kind of my personal experience and how I'm appreciative of UIA for making me kind of like a better person in general. So let's get started on my experience. My experience with UIA in the community was rocky, obviously. Like, there's a lot of just toxic badness that was in the community back then. HD collection, by the way. We're not talking about PS2. I can't speak with that. But what I learned, what I gathered from that was a lot of life lessons. I learned that there's bad people in the world. Obviously, I knew that, but it was more amplified when I first got online and got to play. There's a lot of bad people. There's people that just want to say shit to bring you down. I learned that the whole concept, like I knew this was already too, but it really amplified as well. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words never hurt you, kind of thing. I learned that as well. Not to let people's words get to me. It it was an interesting experience, especially seeing people kind of get affected by some people's words, and me being like, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. Like as bad as it sounds, it was helpful to kind of experience this. It made me a better person in the end. Um, that said, I don't like a lot of shit that happened, and I will be getting into that in a future video. Probably similar to this, where we're going over the good, but instead we're going over the bad. But yeah, basically life lessons. I learned a lot of life lessons from the community there. So there's that. Now, let's get into the individual players that I kind of want to give some kind of recognition to. I might have missed a couple, but I don't remember all those names. It was like 7 years ago. So, yeah. For starters, we're going to give recognition to my boy Freakball456 or Jenga UIA or whatever he goes by nowadays. I don't know. Freakball was one of those guys that he came into the community. I can't remember exactly when he started playing, but he came to the community kind of a little bit after the HD collection I started, and he wanted to get better. And I was like one of the only people that was like willing to talk to him and stuff. And he kind of came to me for like, hey, advice or hey, practice. Basically, I kind of took him on my wing to kind of like train him, if you will, or practice with him, help him get better. And his growth from when he started onward was amazing. Now, the reason why he wanted to get better in the first place was because he wanted to he wanted to shut all of these toxic dickheads up. He did not like some of the people that was on top, the ones that's more toxic, the ones that's more aggravating, the ones that's just not good human beings. He didn't like them. He wanted to shut them up, and it may have took some time, obviously, but eventually he got to that level where he could compete with them. I don't believe he beat all of them, the ones he didn't like, but he beat a couple. And around that time, he ended up being just straight up like shit talking against them, like standing up for like the people that that was getting abused essentially. He was a good guy, really good guy. Hope he's doing well right now. Freak, if you'll see this video, bro, we gotta play, man. Next up, we have AOE3X. I think that's his name. I only remember because he said that his name stood for like Age of Empire or something like that. Now, this guy was also a new gen from the game, and he was a Russia. Quick TLDR, Russians are people that, because Ratchet and Clank UYA will mostly capture the flag, like we basically only play capture the flag. So you had your Russians, you had defenders, and then you had the guys that did mid. Rushers are obviously ones to just go and get the flag, defenders defend, and mid are the people that help the rusher or help the defender defend. But he was a rusher. I believe he ended up being one of the best rushers of the new generation, which was fucking amazing, right? Now, AoE, he was an energetic, kind of hyper kind of dude, but he didn't really, um, he's not one that you'll see in a lot of drama. He wasn't one that started drama. He wouldn't really step into anything that was going on. But he was always there like, yo, I'm trying to play. Yo, let's play. You know, he was like a grinder. He was just there to get his shit done and get off. Like, he was a grinder. He just wanted to play. That's it. He didn't want to have beef. And if someone did have beef with him, he wasn't like, you know, he wouldn't entertain it. Maybe he'd be like LOL or something, but he wouldn't really entertain it. And for those reasons, he was a good guy. Next up is Taker. Now Taker was an interesting one. He was one of the ones that he also, I think he was new gen as well, and he made a lot of YouTube videos about Ratchet and Clank, like, you know, just gameplays. And he was also a really good rusher, one of the best, if not the best, for UYA HD. Now he's an interesting one because unlike AoE, he was one of the ones that kind of like, he was like me in the sense where like he didn't talk much and he wasn't like trying to get into drama shit like that, but he was also kind of like, I don't want to say finding a place for himself, but sort of finding a place for himself. And what I mean by that is like he would say be on the good side with people like Diva or some of the more toxic people that was up there. He would be on their good side. He wouldn't do anything toxic to other people or anything like that, or talk shit or nothing like that. He was very helpful, wanting everybody to get good and get better and stuff. Really helpful. He also helped me get like a little bit better with my rushing with some of his tips and advice that he gave me. But he wasn't one of the ones that was being toxic. He just was kind of like there, like kind of like imagine you in school and like the school bully has like this 5 guys that's with him all the time, or like girls, whatever. But like they're actually really good people. They just don't want to be on this guy's bad side. That's kind of what Taker was like. Like he was a good guy. He would just, you know, yeah, that's kind of how that was like. Regardless, he's a cool guy, good guy. Hope he's doing fine too. Now, next up is Bunny Assassin. Admittedly, I don't know much about her. We didn't really play or talk too often, but from what I've seen with her chatting with other peeps and such, she seems like a really nice person. She seemed very nice, very chill, very cool. She also was one of the first people that was really, really trying to get me to talk on mic. Because back then, I didn't talk. I just, no. You could not get me to talk because I just didn't want to. But she was one of the first ones that tried to do it. Like, anytime, like, none of the assholes from the community wasn't around, or just, like, all good guys and stuff, she'd be like, come on, V3, come on, say something to us. Say something. And occasionally I would. I'll be like, I'll quickly plug my mic in and I'll say something like milk and then unplug it, or plug it back in and be all like hello and then like unplug it. Like I'm not sure if she ever figured out who it was that was saying that, because she always was like, who said that? Was that B? Hello? What, V3? But yeah, it was, yeah. Bunny, if you happen to somehow see this video, I'm talking now. Next up, we have Red Auto 7. He was one of the first people that I met on UYA. And he was a really, really, really good friend. He wasn't at all intertwined with the UYA community. So, yeah. But, like, he was just a good guy. Good friend, cool person, super down to earth, and he loves artists. Like, he loves artists. Favorite anime, 100%. He also made me my, if you're on Twitter, you see my Twitter banner? He made my Twitter banner for me. So, cool guy. Really cool guy. Hope he's doing well as well. Now, these next two aren't necessarily from the UYA community, but more like the Deadlock community, which is like the game or two after this game. But these two are Void Princess And Lightning and Fast 11, I believe. Void Presence VP. She was basically my best friend back then. She was like, it was like anytime it was like a 2v2 match or something like that, it was like with me and her versus the other two or whatever. And we always did what we once. We was always in what we won battles, trying to get better, trying to do stuff, find glitches, whatever. We was just always together. You seen one, you seen the other. Best friend. Super, super, super good person. And she was pretty good at the game too. Um, Honestly, I'm not sure what she's doing now. We don't talk anymore. Much like everybody on this list, we don't really talk anymore. I hope everybody's doing well, you know. But yeah, she was super down to earth, super cool, super chill, and it kind of had like a nice little dynamic. We had V3, and then we had VP, you know, pretty good dynamic there. But yeah, hope she's doing okay too. And last but not least, my boy, Lightning and Fast 11. Now this guy, again, he was mostly from the Deadlock community, but this guy was funny, hilarious, hysterical kind of guy. Him and his friend Cal. I don't remember Cal's like name, but well, they was funny. Lightning Affairs. He also was kind of like intertwined with my 400 assault group as well. He he's just a good guy. He's a cool guy. He didn't have no time for no drama or anything like that, so that's why he separated himself from the UIA community. He was one of the ones that he took control of his own path. You know, he was not trying to get in no bullshit. He just wanted to play the game that he liked playing, and that's it. He wants to just have fun. We oftentimes play hide and seek in the game. Like he just wanted to have fun. That's it. And for that, he's here. Um, but yeah, honestly, that's really about it for the good from the community, at least directly the UA community. There was more from the broad, like from the assault community and deadlocks, but this is mostly focused on UIA. I know I added a couple or two that wasn't, but this is most from UIA. This is kind of really all there really was to the community as a whole. That was like, yo, these are some good people, you know. I think next month we'll do the bad of UIA, where we're going to be talking about some of the more problematic players. And yeah, hopefully you guys like this little video. Again, if anyone that I mentioned here happens to see this vid, hope you're doing well, peeps. We should play sometime, link up, you know. Be kind of cool just to, you know, chill. But yeah, that's it. That's the video. I actually thought this was gonna be a lot longer, so I had like a whole gameplay planned out, being this Apex vid you see in the background. But it looks like that won't happen. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Ha, you thought I was gonna do the bye bye, you see? You thought I was gonna do it, but I didn't do it. Bye bye!